got to work and realized I forgot my hat. I've had that weird realization that I'm the most awake person at work right now. I'm on my break, and I've got about 15 minutes to kill. Sometimes I wish cameras could actually show you how cool these things look, because that moon looks beautiful. Anyway, morning, Justice. It's Friday. And I'm going to work. It's early. It's very early. Alright, so, hello. Figured out what I'm going to talk about today. Hey, Justice, it's Friday. I think I've already said this a couple times because I've recorded this a couple times today, and I'm oddly tired, but it is 6:25 at night. Josh and Jerry are not in the apartment because they both are at work at the same time, at the same place. I'm hoping they don't kill each other, and I'm home alone. I keep debating if I should do dishes because they've piled up again, even though I did dishes last week. I have a couple rants that I wouldn't mind making, but I'm not exactly sure I want to talk about them. In about an hour, I've got to go to the planetarium, which is going to be interesting. I'm thinking it's going to be a little overcast tonight, so I'm not going to be able to do the observing along with it, but you never know. I'm probably going to need to bring a clipboard with me just in case. I actually have a bit of a rant because today, okay, so being a college student and going to work and trying to keep up on extra activities such as EBC or ad hoc or anything like that is kind of hard, especially when you've got it to where your work schedule and school schedule kind of conflict. It's not conflicting as in the fact that I can't go to my classes because of school, because of work, or I can't go to work because of school. It's more along the lines of I have really late classes on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and I have really early work the next morning, or I have really early work on Wednesday. And I've been kind of slowing down at work because of that, and it's not a really bad thing. It's just that my one of my coworkers today asked me about it, and I understand it. I completely understand where he's coming from, and I understand completely why it is the way it is. But at the same time, what I don't like is the fact that he turned around. And something that I've noticed when it comes to I can't really say elders because that's not really the case, but when it comes to other generations, older generations, they tend to expect you to not make excuses. And the thing is that they're not excuses when it's a liable reason. You don't have an excuse when it's actually a liable reason as to why you weren't able to do something. For instance, in the morning sometime at work, I can't fully finish everything because the day before, at night, they were behind. And it kind of begins that constant cycle of the person that in the morning is behind because the person at night is behind, the person at night behind is behind because the person in the morning is behind. It's vicious, especially in the retail industry. And that was kind of what the case was this morning. I had to go through and double check some things because one of the person before me didn't go through the quality. And unfortunately, they're cracking down on quality in produce in Meijer. So it's kind of like, okay, you either get everything done the way they want it done, or you get everything out. And you can't exactly make it on time with both of them. You have to choose one or the other. And depending on the person, they choose different ones. I tend to choose quality because I understand that quality is more important than quantity. If I'm going to go shopping at Meijer, I don't want to go through the peppers and find a really bad looking pepper. I really don't want to go in and go squish. It's just, disgusting. Anyway, so I don't understand the reasoning behind it. Like, I understand that there are other generations that believe in tough love, which is that whole entire concept of, we're not going to baby you in this, you're getting shoved into it, you're going to have to deal with it, and you're going to have to either buck up and deal with it, or you're going to have to, can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. The problem is that when it comes to work and school right now, I have to deal with both. There's no way in hell that I can actually go back and forth between them and manage if I'm only working 12 hours a week and focusing on school. I can't live off that. That's $75, and $75 just barely makes rent. And, you know, I'm not really paying rent here, I'm paying for food, but still, it's just that whole entire concept. It actually works out kind of nicely because I owe the boys both a total of $228 every month, and instead of paying them for rent, we put that towards food because the two of them can manage with rent and I can pick up the food without any issue. And I make enough money. I make the most in this household actually because I work the most. But at the same time, I've got bills to pay and other things like that for college. So it's a win-lose situation. Anyway, that was my little rant, and I have a little video for you.
This is Thursday night, and I need to actually re-say that. I don't care. It's Thursday night, and I realized something about Josh's hair. When he starts getting really focused on something, he starts running his hand through his hair, and he has puff levels as well. So, as he starts talking, or playing a game and stuff, his hair slowly starts puffing up more and more.